Hey guys, Anthony here. It is Sunday, November 25th, 2018, and our next video in the series, the SHTF/ Civil Unrest series. The question is, what is your go-to SHTF or civil unrest cook set? And remember, we're not talking about taking a hike into the woods and, under no stress at all, and lighting a fire and cooking something and not worrying about being seen. What we're talking about is, in this scenario, is you may be either bugging out on the move from point A to point B, or maybe even hiding. It could be outside in the woods. Everybody thinks, oh, I'm going to in the woods first. Or it could be in an abandoned building or a school or a shed of some sort, or just an overhang where you are stopping to rest. You want to rehydrate. Maybe it's winter time like it is now. You want something hot and you need to cook something up, or you want to boil some water to reconstitute a meal, like a Mountain House meal, or you have an MRE with you that you don't really need to heat anything up with, but you want a hot beverage with it, so you want to heat up some water for tea or an instant coffee. So that's the scenario we're talking about. So your kit choice, and I have several here, and obviously not everything is covered here, but in this video I think you'll get a pretty good understanding of some of the kits that are out there, and some that are inexpensive, some that are more expensive, some there's like a hobo kit that's just a few bucks but still works great, and or something like the Pathfinder kit that you see here on the right here on the end. So what we'll do is I'll talk about just a few minutes about different fuel sources. So you have a kit. Obviously the one on the left here is a Solo Stove Light with the Pot 900. An excellent kit, one that I carry in one of my bug out bags. And this particular kit, I have a couple videos coming out on this week, a couple short videos showing the use of this kit with alcohol and the use of this kit with wood. So this is a wood gas stove, so you can feed wood into here. You can make a wood fire, put your pot on top. Everything incidentally nests back inside of each other. All this stuff goes into a nice stuff sacks and stuffs inside each other. The stove goes into the pot. Everything has a stuff sack. It's a nice kit to have, but if you only have it for wood, you may run into a problem in SHTF, because if you're indoors and you're hunkered down, wood's not going to help you. You're going to make smoke. Even outside in an SHTF or civil unrest type scenario, wood is going to light a fire, which is going to cause smoke, which is going to cause unnecessary flames, and generate a smell, and maybe you will have the ability to be seen. So this is not something where we're going camping and we have no fear of lighting a wood fire, where something like this would not work in an SHTF environment, I don't believe. But this one has the option to add an alcohol stove inside and just light it and create, in this particular environment, very low profile of light emitted, gases emitted, smell emitted. Heat up your water and you can be on your way. So the Solo stove is good in that regard. Next up here is a canister stove, okay, that lights up with a fuel cartridge that you see here, and on it I have a Stanley camp cup. These are excellent. They're lightweight, great for boiling water. So again, this one, the good side is it's going to boil, heat up your water very quickly, just a few minutes, especially indoors. Another bad thing is it's going to give off, again, a bright flame, and it's going to make a loud hissing noise. Any of these stoves, canister type stoves, that go on a fuel cartridge are going to be under pressure and they make noise. Okay, so keep that in mind when you're commenting today on what you would carry or what you do carry. Maybe you carry one of these as a backup like I do, but you want to stick with like an SBIT or alcohol for a, you know, an environment where you may be seen or heard or whatever. So let's continue to go down the list, and then I'll let you guys comment, and we'll learn from this video, hopefully. Again, this is another setup. This is a titanium set that's super light. It's by Snow Peak. It nests inside. I have a Solo micro-regulator stove, which arguably the Solo stoves are probably some of the best stoves on the market. Again, another fuel canister type stove. But again, the set itself, the Snow Peak set itself, is super light. It can be carried and used on a variety of fuels like an SBIT stove or an alcohol stove. So it's something you might want to consider. Super light. It comes with a cup. I've got the hot lips on the cup, you know, so you don't burn your lips. An excellent set. Again, but it's going to cost you some money. It's titanium. And again, if you're on a budget, you may not want to look at something like that. But it is a good, very good stove. A very good setup. Next up here, and I'll walk here so I can point out better. Let me move the Snow Peak cup. The next setup I have here is probably one of the simplest. It's an SBIT style folding stove. Here, these come in a couple different varieties. This is the folding one. It actually holds 4 cubes inside, so you have 4 different lighting abilities. This is a zebra kettle that's on top of it, and again, this kettle is bomb-proof, stainless steel. Heat up your water. It's even got a little internal pan. It's got a bail handle if you had to hang it. But again, something like this, the SBIT stove can fit inside here. You can carry extra fuel, and this is an ideal setup for an SHTF civil unrest environment. You light that SBIT tablet, it's going to emit a low amount of flame. It's going to heat your water up, do what you want it to do. It's not going to give off any sound, any noise, any odor like, you know, you would have from a smoke fire, and it would be an excellent choice. Another excellent choice on a low budget is this particular setup here. This is a knockoff MSR cup that I bought in Walmart for under $5. It's got the butterfly handles. This is a lid that I picked up online that fits most of these wide mouth cups. Okay, these Nalgene style cups. It'll also fit this style cup will also fit the Stanley lid, will also fit on here. I'll show you real quick. Again, so your Stanley lid will fit on here. And then as my stove, or as my stand and stove set here, I've got a very inexpensive few dollar Outdad set that I have some videos on. All I did was bend in the ends here so it would accept a variety of cups. And here I have a Zelf alcohol stove that's fantastic. It weighs like an ounce. So you could use this stove inside of here. You could use an SBIT tablet inside of here, like this. Just like that. And you can put your cup on it, light it up. Again, low budget. You could put a little Vargo windscreen around it and kind of shield any flame. And again, another excellent setup for SHTF. You've got 2 choices with this, alcohol and SBIT, and you could even, if you had to, light a little fire in there if you weren't worried about somebody following you or knowing your position. But again, with the alcohol style stoves, you've got to carry the fuel. Okay, so you got to have a small bottle of fuel that you could do a couple of relights with. You know, an ounce and a half is going to burn probably about 15 minutes. So you will get, and an SBIT tablet's going to burn 10 to 14 minutes depending on the time. But again, that particular setup with the $5 cup, a couple bucks here, this whole setup, all you got to carry is some fuel, and you've got yourself what I think is a fantastic SHTF setup. Moving along here, again, one of my favorites, again, is the SBIT style kit. And this kit here is super light. You've got the pot. It all nests together, incidentally. You've got the pot. You've got the little frying pan that acts as a lid. It's really light. I think this is anodized aluminum. Now you've got your stand. That's fantastic because it acts as like a little mini windscreen. You've got your alcohol, SBIT alcohol stove or Trangia type stove that fits in here. So you light it up, you put your pot on it, boil up your water, and you're good to go. Now what you could do with this set that I like is you could change out the base, put this base in, and now you could lay on here an SBIT tablet and then put this on using an SBIT tablet. So this setup right here would be highly recommended as a kit. Alcohol, SBIT, and this whole setup in a stuff sack with some fuel, a lighter, a fire steel to light your alcohol and or your SBIT. And that's an excellent setup. Moving along, just to keep the video down, keep it shorter. One of these are priceless in your kit. It's a Cedar Summit X Cup. Now they make it's an X mug or X cup. This folds down. It can take hot water, boiling water, cold water. They make the bowls. They make pots now. They even make these where you could put them on a fire. They've got like a steel base. You could actually put it and heat it up and drink or eat right out of it. These are great in place of if you wanted to drink out of. So the X mug, fantastic. Now next up we have the Pathfinder set. This set I carry in my vehicle bag. Again, you've got stainless steel cup with butterfly handles. You've got a lid on here. You've got a base, a stove base. You could put an alcohol. You could put this alcohol burner under here, just like this. You could put an SBIT tablet as long as you propped it up a little bit, propped it up a little higher, and or you could make a fire and put this on a small fire or some hot coals, and then set your cup right on it. And then with the stainless steel bottle, you've got even more options. You could just use the bottle itself. And that's an excellent, excellent kit to have. But again, if you're going to carry alcohol stove as one of your main SHTF civil unrest ways to cook or heat up water, and you're afraid of running out of SBIT, or maybe sometimes these bottles, when they're stored a while, the alcohol will dissipate from it or possibly leak. Invest in one of these Trangia bottles, these fuel bottles that seal. It seals, you unscrew it, and then you just press it and pour it into your stove. And this is a 16-ounce bottle. They make an 8-ounce bottle. Again, you fill it up with denatured alcohol or heat, the yellow bottle of heat, and carry this along, and this will give you many, many lightings of an alcohol type stove. So if you do carry the alcohol type stoves or the Trangia type stoves or the Zelf stoves, you're going to have to pour alcohol in here. And but again, alcohol and SBIT are going to be probably number one choices. Another choice, which I don't have in-house yet, but I did order this week, is trioxane. Trioxane is like SBIT. It's military surplus. It'll light like SBIT, but even better, it'll light with a fire steel really fast. And that burns like a purplish color, gives off a low profile, and again, you're not going to be seen or found. So in closing this video, I didn't give you an exhaustive list of pots and cups, but I think you get the idea. You're on the run. You have a fear of being seen. You're in a very stressful environment. You're not going to have time, in my opinion, to start batoning wood and kindling and all this other stuff. You want to make a quick hot beverage or reconstitute a meal with hot water. I think you want to go with something where you could light an SBIT tablet or alcohol, be low profile, and not make any hissing noises. These stoves are great, don't get me wrong, but in the environment and the scenario we're talking about today, I think silence is golden, and low signature, low heat signature, low smoke. You may be inside again, so you got to take that into account. And so let me know what you think, guys. Let me know what you guys use. State your kit, the brand, how you use it, what you use, and we'll get some good comments going, so some of these newer people that are prepping can put something together. And again, this gives you, in this video, a pretty good idea from a higher end kit like a Solo stove, or a Snow Peak titanium, all the way down to a $4 cup, a $2 base, and an SBIT tablet, and you're in business. For $10, you're in business with a stove. So that's my video today, guys. Thanks for joining me. I hope this series is helping you. Next up, we'll do our next scenario, and we'll take it from there. Thanks for joining me, guys. Stay ready. Anthony signing off.